Hi, welcome gnomes, parents, and students. It's Mr. H with a Monday morning, afternoon, I guess it's afternoon, update for social studies and what's going on this last week and this week that we're currently in. I didn't quite have time on Friday to make the video, so I apologize for that, but we'll catch it up today. So, first of all, big news, big news. Tomorrow is Tuesday, which means tomorrow we have a test on the Fertile Crescent, which is going to include places like Mesopotamia, Tigris and Euphrates rivers, the Sumerians, those kinds of people, and the Egypt River Valley and the ancient Egyptians. It also has a smattering of information about the ancient Israelites, Hebrew people, the Jewish people. So there is a study guide review sheet that's up on the website right now. It was up there last week. Most students have it and have been working on it. Had a few people in here at lunch working on it, asking me some questions. Don't forget that there is a third page to it that looks like this, which is up on the website, which is the application piece, which is a kind of short answer piece that I didn't print off because I felt like it was kind of a waste of paper to do so. So we'll do the test tomorrow and then see how things go. When we're done with the test on Wednesday, we'll have a little bit of a catch-up for what we were working on today, and then we'll begin our next unit. So what we were working on today is very exciting, is this passport book. Students started creating a passport today. Not entirely finished, and everyone didn't have a chance to do it. We just kind of ran out of time with our 50-minute classes. But what students will create is something that looks like this. It will be a passport that looks very similar to a real passport with that, and they'll be given the option to add a photograph in if they want. This is my example. They'll put in their name and birthplace and when it was issued and when it will be canceled 5 years later. Remember, kids only get it for 5 years. Adults over 18 get it for 10. And then a place to sign. And then there's a map of all of the places that we've kind of studied and will go over this school year, so that's kind of a good review. And then each unit from now on, starting with the Fertile Crescent in Egypt, we'll have our review sheet, which we normally print out and keep in our notebooks with all the vocabulary and everything on it, will look like this. And that gives us a page that we can then do some reflection after the test. So we'll do a little place here where we can reflect on what we did as we get our grade back, so a couple days after the test. We'll do some reflection here, and the students can write what the grade was that they received for that test, and then after that's finished with the passing grades, they will be given a visa stamp. This one just happens to be China because it was the first one I grabbed out of the bag. But this will be a place where they can have their passport stamped if they have received an adequate grade on the test. If they don't, they can work their way up to that adequate grade. So, Fertile Crescent, we will do the test tomorrow, and then in a couple of days we will kind of finish off our reflection and get our visa stamps, and then we'll begin the next unit, which is ancient Greece. So, starting really a little bit maybe on Wednesday, but probably mostly in earnest on Thursday, we will begin our unit on the ancient Greek people, and we'll talk about Athens, we'll talk about Sparta, we'll talk about the difference between those city-states, we'll talk about democracy and philosophy and some of the kind of key points in the development of Western civilization. So this is the first time we actually get to talk about Western civilization, although ancient Egypt and ancient Greece do fit together quite nicely in a lot of ways. So that's where we're working for the rest of this week, and things that are happening tomorrow, important with the test. And so hopefully you are seeing some studying going on this afternoon and this evening. And if you have any questions, please let me know. We'll get back to you. Have a good week. Talk to you soon.